Stayena was created at a time when the world was shut down. COVID was amongst the people, and the whole world was shut down. Nobody could gather, nobody could come together in spaces. Literally, the whole world was shut down. My name is Dolly Kruger. I'm Penticton Indian Band. Because of the Stickgame trail that I've been on for the last over 20 years of my life, saw a need from the people on social media all over Indian country that they wanted to gather and they needed to gather, because that's who we are as people. As Indian people of this land, that's a way of healing for us. Everyone was closing down the Stickgame tournaments. We saw posters on Facebook everywhere, postponed, closed, not happening, canceled. And there was a lot of comments because each and every year when Stickgame season comes, we all know that everyone travels far and wide to go to these things because it not only brings healing to them, but it also brings healing to the people and to the places that they go and that they attend.
They just said, don't gather, stay home, don't go anywhere, everybody go home, no work, no nothing, and no Stickgame. That's like, it was kind of like a real shock, I guess, seeing all this go on. So that time me and Dolly sat down and, went over it and said, to heck with them, let's just put on a Stickgame.
We still maintained and mentioned that COVID is still alive and COVID is still out there, and we made sure that we had sanitizers and that we were distance apart, and we had the things in place that we needed. The location here, it's a secluded location out in Marron Valley where we were all born and raised. Stayena is the place name of a mountain just at the entrance back there as you come off of Highway 3A.
She came up with the name Stayena. She talked to one of the elders on the reserve, Thomas Pierre, and he was the one that kind of identified this place.
Stayena in translation is flint. So that's where the people would go and gather flint back in the day.
And so that place name I thought would be a great way for Stayena to have its name, because it's been there forever, just as we as Indian people have been here forever.
Everything was going crazy. So we put together Stayena in a course of 3 weeks. And we put it on Facebook. Well, Dolly did, and I put it on social media, on Instagram and whatnot. Made our little poster, and then everybody was like, "Is this for real? Is this really going to happen?" And we said, "Yes, it's going to happen." And we went all over. We went through chief and council and got a little bit of information here and there. And what they said was that you can do anything you want on your private property. Everybody came in. Me and Dolly were almost standing at the gate, welcoming, greeting everybody, because we had to do this temperature check. They just wouldn't stop crying. It was so amazing. It was like, me and Dolly did it. people came from all over the place just to play Stickgame. And, you know, Stayena was the first one on the map. Stayena was the first one during COVID to say that's enough. You know, we're gonna get back together.
09 509. Come on down. You are the lucky winner of the raffle basket.
Everything came together in 15 days. You guys are crazy, you know the rules, you know this, you know that. And we were having fun with it, and it was like, the heck with them, we're in. Some people knew where Dolly's house was, and you know, that's people started texting, is that the sign? Yeah, that's the sign. So they started coming. Friday night, these cars would show up and their faces would be all wet, all on their cheeks. And like every second, third car, they'd be just crying, you know. And then when it was dark, everybody that didn't know her, and when they got here late and it was dark, they'd stop at the top of the hill. They'd turn their car off. Then they'd hear shh, and then that's it. And then then, you know, because of that real lonely feeling, right? That abandonment, right? And all these things that, you know, our people go through, you know, from not gathering or coming together, you know, it just fill them right up real quick.
It thundered, it poured. They kept on playing until it was you could almost not see, and then it was like, okay, maybe we need to stop playing and get our stuff, because everybody was, their tents and sleeping bags and everything was all wet, and
We were all still sitting out there playing. And what we did, we packed everybody up. Everybody got in their cars, all drenched, soaking wet, drove up the road about 3 miles and played in the longhouse.
and everybody was like, okay, where were we? How many sticks did we have? And trying to get their games all figured out, and they just kept on going. Like,
The second year, we pulled money out of all our own pockets, and we were able to purchase a tent, the 32 by 60 tent that our guests were able to have some sort of shelter to play under. And it didn't rain. It was good. Third year, I am so thankful and appreciate the concession stand that was able to come and set up. Anybody that gave me feedback for the concession this year was pleased with the food that they had served. They were excited about the concession stand that I built in like a week with the help of my sons, and my cousin Smith came along and I put him to work. He was on his way out the valley, and I pulled him over and I said, "Where do you think you're going?" He says, "Well, you weren't home, so I'm just heading out." And I said, "Heck no, you're not. You're coming back down there. We got a concession to build." He said, "Well, babe, what do we need?" He looks at his woman. "Well, we need to go to town to feed the kids." I said, "You never mind about going to town to feed the kids. We got food at the house. I'll make you something to eat." "Well, babe, don't we need anything else?" "Yeah, we need baby wipes." "Forget about those goddamn baby wipes. I got baby wipes down the house. You just come on down there. Let's go." They turn around, they come back down. They spent the whole day here. I made them something to eat. Stole Smith, and we went outside and got all my boys here to help. And so we got that concession stand built in 5 days. So that was pretty good.
When did you move in?
I was born and raised here.
So this has been the house
It's
forever.
been my homestead since I was a little wee toddler crawling around in diapers. We didn't have no power, no electricity, or no running water in this house until 1982. My mother, the late Bronco, everyone knows her as Bronco, her and my great-great-grandfather, Charlie Armstrong, I always called him Tupa. He was my father figure. He helped my mom raise me, and he's the one who instilled in me, him and my mother, to who I am today, about living a good, healthy life, working hard for what you want, because there's nothing for free. They've never worked a day in their life for a paying job, but they work every day of their life on this farm when it was a working ranch. Papa Charlie had over 300 head of cattle and over 200 head of horses running on this ranges around here. This is my family ranch and home that I was born and raised on. I was fortunate enough to be here all my life. I have 4 sons, 3 now, and 2 of them have lived here with me all of their life. And I'm hoping that my grandchildren will also be able to live here for all of their life, and then it just continues on down the generations.
My memories of stick games, what I learned, I was probably like about 6 years old. My dad, we lived in an old log house with no electricity, so we had, coal oil lamps, and we had no TV, no radio, so we had just entertained each other. And my dad would hide an object in one hand, and he would try to get us to find it. Rakacha John Jones Sr. Tisplatsin. Hello, my name is John Jones. I'm from Enderby. My mother's from Sugarcane Reserve. My dad's from Enderby Reserve. In our language, we call stick games, we call it lahal or halahal. And another name that we go by is schlickmaus, and that literally means to bet the shirt off your back. When Tekalkukbi, the Creator, made us and put us here on this land, our people were dying. Tekalkukbi sent Sanhokluch, who's coyote with a power, not the coyote you see right around today, but Sanhokluch was in the form of a coyote, but he had powers, tremendous powers, where he could transform himself into a different being. He could move mountains. He had really powerful. He could die, come back to life. So one of the things that Sanhokluch gave us was stick game. And when stick game first came to us, only the Tequil, the Indian doctors, were allowed to play. Nobody else was allowed to play. They would play for land boundaries. They'd play for hunting territories, berry picking territories. I don't know how accurate it is, but I was told they would even bet their wives sometimes. So when the Indian doctors would play, there would be Indian doctors from different territories. They said that games would last days.
Some games, they last 1 hour, 2 hours. Sometimes they can last 5 minutes, or they can go on for hours and hours. Some games are, never seen it, but some games can go on all night as well. It all depends on what they're playing for. You have to be able to adapt as a pointer to any type of game. And sometimes you might just lose, and that's all right too.
When I first started, 2 people that I played with is the late Terry Jack and Melton Elmer. So my teachers were pretty strict, and they're already established, like pretty much the best stick game players that you can learn from. Once this pandemic started, those old timers couldn't travel, so I was kind of stuck with my boys at the time, and they wanted to play. So I said, well, if you're going to play, then you're going to learn what I learned, and you're going to keep going from there. I used to ride bulls at first, and then I went back I started riding broncs. But the only reason why I did rodeo is because I had a lot of built up aggression inside of me, right? So I had to learn how to harness that and use it in a positive way. So now when I come and see Stickgame, I always like to sit back and watch the battles go on, right? Between different nations and stuff like that. And the games are really great, you know. And that's why I like to play too, because sometimes when I feel like I have to take off my glove, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna battle whoever's on the other side, right?
When you start, the two captains, they hide the bones, and it's called shooting for the kick. It's called the kick stick. And whoever wins that little round or whatever you want to call it, they get the kick stick. It's just the one extra stick, extra life. They take it, show the other captain. The other captain has to acknowledge that that's the kick stick. They're usually like color coded and have their own special design. Captain who lost the kick stick, they get to decide which set of 5 that they want. And then you just start playing and shoot the bones, get the bones back, lose the bones, back and forth. Yeah, that's the thing of it. You can win a bunch of sticks and then lose a bunch of sticks right after. My favorite memory of stick games throughout all these years, I think when I was just a little kid and just started out. And I got given the bones at some point. I don't know, and I just started hiding, and I kept on getting it until we won that game. It was like 6 sticks or something. And then at the end of it, because I was a kid at that time and didn't know how to make bets or didn't make any bets, but the captain, I think, came and he gave me $5, and I was like, oh, this is awesome.
A lot of people who don't understand Stickgame was to think, oh, it's a guessing game. It is to a degree, but not really. People are creatures of habit, so they do things repetitively. And if you can catch that, what they're doing, and you know what they're doing all the time, you already know what they're going to do. You know, the intimacy of stick games is when you're looking at somebody in the eye, there's a connection. I teach our kids at our school. I work at Stayena School in Stayena. We have stick game tournament every year there. So I teach our kids what to look for in reeds. Sometimes people will hold one bone tighter than the other, and you can see it on their knuckles. Before my oldest boy passed away, when I was playing, when I was Stickgame, when I was what we call Stickgame, the doctor of the team, I can remember back to the beginning of the game where people hit first, where they hit second, where they pointed with 2 people, where they pointed with 1 person. Some of the most subtle things that people do, if you pick up on it, you can do it.
My best memory was we were out in Cold Lake, Alberta. First time playing out from home out of BC, and I was sitting out in the back row. We were probably about 5 rows deep on both sides. That game probably had about 9,000 on it. And I was given bones, and the pointer missed double on his first shot, and then after that I made an extra 7 sticks. And then after my run, a bunch of people came up to me, and I probably got about $200 from random people. They just came up to me and gave it to me.
This one game, I was actually playing against Ace. We held up the entire bracket. Out of 189 teams, we held up the whole bracket with our one game. And so many people came up to me and asked me, who am I? Where are you from? And how long have you been playing? Or when am I going to the next Coeur d'Alene tournament, seeing if they can play with me? I'm just like, I'll have to go eeny, meeny, miny, moe for all y'all. The
Stickgame Trail. The Stickgame Trail is where people go from one stick game to another, from one tournament to another. There's tournaments all over down in California, to up the Yukon, Alaska.
What's your stick game life been like?
Well, kind of just like have all the memories of just traveling all over to different places everywhere, all the way down to the States, checking it out. Just, just memories on the road, falling asleep in the truck, like you said. Had to learn how to piss in a bottle.
I've made a lot of friends and met a lot of people from all over what we call Indian country. And where people form relationships, and depending on what people are looking for in relationships, I guess, is what they find. And I think that I still see that with stick game today, where I see people hooking up and stick game all the time.
Oh, it definitely could be. You definitely see somebody on the other side, you can shoot them, point them, get the bones, whatever. It definitely can be. Get a stick game snag, it's called.
My kind of personal favorite thing was to go talk to all the women that are there, go try to snag me a honey, eh, boys? Shit, you gotta start somewhere.
White and chai squeeze quack sakin, kental and kamapox, kim kolton kamip, kikin mut. My name is Dina, or quack slakin. I'm from Okanagan, head of the lake, but I live in Oliver. I've been playing stick games since I was a young teenager, I think. Competitively, more so the last 10 years. I've been to Stayena, I think since it began. I might have missed 1 year when he was born, that's about it. So I've been here since the beginning. I definitely like the singing in stick games. I think there's quite a community as well. There's a lot of friendship, it's competitive at times, but there's a lot of friendship. We have Facebook pages too, where we support each other or tell each other about all the stick games that are going on, and yeah, it's quite a community. The older folks, the younger folks, and even the little guys now joining us. He actually napped for almost 2 hours with the singing, so he's pretty used to it. He watches.
When we have elders at a stick game, it makes them feel so good to be a part of that, because they remember what it was like with their childhood and growing up with stick game. Just like my children too. They're really big on stick game, and it's the most empowering thing for them. And even if they're not pointing, they're there singing the songs.
We went to New Zealand in 2004 in November, and we played stick games with the Maori people, and it was fun. The ladies would dance in front like that. When we first came here, 2006 or 7, we played against Pentagon, and we had a battle, really good battle.
The energy and the history of stick game, it's a medicine game, most definitely.
We weren't allowed to play stick games really when we were younger, just the guys. And it was the older women that played. But when we were younger, like children to 19, you weren't allowed to play. It's beautiful here, except today it's been sunny and then windy and then a little bit of rain. Other than that, it's usually warm. Actually, it's better to be outside because you're looking at the trees and feeling the wind.
Stayena is about a gathering of our people, and that means all walks of life. We want you to feel welcome to come and join in and embrace the feelings and the healing that you get from playing the game. Stickgames to me is a very emotional, healing gathering. It's been a huge part of my life, sobriety, and being able to host Stayena and have a zero tolerance for drugs and alcohol, showing our youth and all ages in between what a healthy, sober lifestyle looks like and can look like when you choose to go down that path of recovery.
A lot of the songs are like healing and, you know, it's positive. You don't allow drugs or alcohol. And so it's like a big sober party.
When I first come into Stickgames, I could hear the music before I got there, and it's so cool, you know, just to hear the songs and just to sit there for a little while and just take it in and enjoy. Like, you know, this is part of who we are as you know, people.
One of the things, like up north, I was saying, they play Stickgame after a funeral, and then they play things out, and they have a giveaway right there, right? And the songs of Stickgame help the family lighten up and you know, be able to hear the laughter and the songs and everything else, because the songs are, every song has a meaning. So, you know, a lot of people they sing other people's songs. They sing songs from different territories and stuff like that. You knew who was playing. You knew where the coast was sitting. You knew where the Kootenays were sitting. You knew where the Flatheads were sitting. You know, you knew where the Okanogans were sitting, and the Chilcootins, and, you know, the Crees. Like, all the nations had their own power songs. So, you know, it was really simple to identify, you know, where they came from because of the song.
It's kind of a form of distraction when you're playing, and it's also like building up the energy when you're playing on that side because your teammates are hiding, so you're building up the energy and, yeah, trying to keep the momentum going and keep winning sticks. I think there's also like a spiritual aspect to it as well. In some sense, some people say prayers when they're playing, and there's still lots of energy that goes into it as well.
Sometimes when your team is drumming the same beat and they're all one, instead of like popcorn that you can feel that energy, it just resonates to the other team, and the other team are like, whoa, these guys. When we started, we weren't allowed to have our drums. They were forbidden. Anything to do with our first Indigenous people, we had to hide our drums and our singing and our dancing.
They would play Stickgame at nighttime, so when the deceased, that's what we call the deceased in our language, when they drum and sing all night, the spirit people don't like the sound of the drums, so the spirit would stay away. And that was like our way of telling the deceased to go to the spirit world and stay there. So that's the importance of Stickgame today. You know, that's one of the things we do as part of the ceremony of Slickmawas is, you know, helping the spirit people get to the spirit world and stay there, because that's where they belong. Otherwise, they'll be wandering around lost, and we don't want that for them. We want them to go to the spirit world and be there with our ancestors. I came down here today not to play Stickgame today, but to listen to the drumming and singing because it's so healing. I lost a son just a few months ago, and so I came here not to play today, but I came here to listen to the songs just to get some healing from it.
The singers have their songs, and their songs have meaning, right? And we don't make up words for our songs. Those songs come from the Timiu, you know, and sometimes Kulanchutin might bless us with the song. And those songs are power songs, and they help during the time of need, or they help, or they come to us when we're ready for them. So wherever we're at in our healing journey, those songs are very important and very powerful to the people that carry those songs. And it's been one of the biggest highlights of Stayena is the singing contest every year, because we really honor our singers very, very much. That she had left all across Canada was so amazing, because she danced across that stage while she was singing, and that just hit everybody at the same time. We had a celebration, singing contest for Morning Dove, because we wanted to celebrate the amazing things that she's done. And she was always the one that sponsored the singing contest, because she was a singer herself. And singing to us has a deeper meaning. And when we go through our life, we don't have all the answers right away, but they come eventually. And those songs come to us at a certain time, and they only grow because we grow. And the people that come to Stayena and sing their songs, they have that gift. And that gift is shared amongst all the people. At Stayena, people sing their own songs. They don't copy anybody else. They don't borrow off of anybody. Everybody's original. And that's one of the most beautiful things about what Dub left behind, was something that was always going to be original.
This is our 3rd year, so I want to acknowledge and appreciate each and every one of you for traveling here to gather, to see new faces, make new friends, see old friends and family, relatives, and just to gather and have a good time. Our ancestors are right on the hill over here, and they're watching over each and every one of us here today. So with that, I want to let you all know that it's a good day to be here.
We do the songs, we teach the songs to our children. We teach the value of being honest. There's a lot of teachings that go on, integrity and honor. Honor, you know, it's a game of honor.
We are a successful committee, I think, and I believe in us, and we all believe in each other that we made this happen, and we're going to continue to make it happen.
We're sitting here and trying to come up with, you know, what reason, you know, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? You know, and like Dolly said, well, we all sat down, we come up with our saying. This is who we are. We are still here playing for generations to come. And we wrote that down and we put it on our poster and
Our t-shirts.
our t-shirts, our drum, everything. We promoted that strength. We promoted that belief. You know, we promoted all the healing. So people were, you know, putting down tobacco and shaking our hands and, you know, like, and really embracing us and thanking us. We provided a place for people to come and share their medicine. And even down to the children that are coming up behind us, watching us as examples. They can tell their grandkids, we're not all here forever.
You guys brought all your medicine here to Stayena. You know, Dolly lived, you know, all the way.
name is Kira, singing wind melodrama, and we're at the first annual Stick Games at Kamloops. Stick Games, what has taught me the most is confidence, because it took a while for me to break out of my shell to start singing with like all of me. Once you learn that nothing bad is going to happen and you're just here to have fun, it's easier to meet new people. And like me in the traditional game, there's no way I would have started those songs like a year and a half ago in front of everybody. So confidence is a major thing. It's brought a lot of healing that I really needed. It's really good energy all around. Everybody's just here to have fun. Give you something good to do on the weekends instead of something bad.
By going and traveling out to all these different nations and communities that host stick game tournaments is a better way of life that you can choose, that we all can choose. And when you feel and embrace the power from the beating of them drums and the singing of all those hundreds of people singing in sync, is a feeling you'll never forget. All of our kids are going to have something to remember Stayena by. And that's one thing that when I'm 6 feet under, they can say, well, our ancestors are right on the hill watching. Just as right now today, our ancestors are right there on the hill watching. They're watching over us. And they're looking down on us and saying, you guys are not doing too bad. Those little kids' hearts out there, I can bet you they were all filled up. And I was honored and blessed to have all those kids up there singing, explaining to the people who they are and where they're from and what song they're going to sing.